Well, howdy there, gamers. It's your boys. And we're back here again with our episode 13.
13, lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13. You know who it is. It's Captain Stiffy, Mr. Top Hat Jones,
Yo.
and Ilocano SC.
What's up, y'all?
Here to bring you the latest and greatest in news, opinions, and a couple lame
Discussions.
jokes. Discussions, a couple lame jokes. Whatever we can figure out.
This episode is brought to you by us.
Brought to you by unofficial sponsors. So,
what do you guys wanna? What are you guys up to? Oh, let me guess. Playing Red Dead?
yes, yes. Been playing mad Red Dead. I'm probably like
What chapter are you on?
on chapter 3 now.
Okay. What about you, Sig? You played Red Dead?
Yes, I finished chapter 1 last
Okay.
night.
So I'm on chapter 2. So I'm probably a little bit ahead of you, and you're a chapter ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you guys think? I mean, 8 years in development. Does it feel like 8 years?
it definitely feels like cutting edge in the whole immersion. Why does it have quotes? Because I'm allegedly Captain Stiffy.
Allegedly.
No, it's because the fucking t-shirt guy
messed up.
messed up. when we told him to like make a shirt that said Captain Stiffy on it, he literally did Captain Stiffy. And so hence I have quotes now. It is what it is.
Oh well, sorry, dude.
Oh well. But
Can't get out of it.
about the game, it definitely feels like a next-gen kind of game. You know, like there's just things in it that they added that are just
Not in any other game.
not in any other game, and it's just honestly really cool and just crazy how immersive they're making it. Like when I first went to like the general goods store, and I realized that you have to go
And actually walk around.
like walk
Like an
to the
actual
shelves
store.
and like look at the shelves and like pick something up off the shelf, and then you want to buy it, and then you put it in your bag. Like he actually opens his bag and he stuffs his hand in there and puts things in there. Like just the little details is super tight. What's up, Killalos? Thanks for stopping in, man.
What do you think?
Killer
Sig?
Los. Happy
Killer
Friday, Killer Los.
There he is.
Slaying them.
What do you think, Sig? What's your impressions of since you just finished chapter 1 and starting chapter 2?
It was a little
So you're a little bit.
too slow.
Now, I'm a super casual gamer, and
Doesn't like single player games.
I don't like
or-
single player games. I never played the first
Blasphemy.
Red Dead.
He needs a fast pace.
So,
Need to
I'm
be
surprised.
split.
I enjoyed it because I like spaghetti westerns.
Mhm.
It does kind of hit that.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I felt like I was a character in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. It is slow paced. I think it's intentional because I don't think cowboys and fast pace is. I don't think that's very realistic. I think that's sort of like
Oh, really?
fantasy land. It's
Yeah.
the graphics were good. They were. I'm coming from PC, so I just finished Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I played on Ultra, so the graphics are kind of.
I mean,
It was kind of.
game.
It was good. What was really good was how your footprints in the snow, and
Yeah.
even the way the mud reacts,
Like
when
the
you,
physics of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Just all
That-
the little details.
They put a lot of work in that. Maybe too much work, or maybe I'm just a shitty gamer because I felt like I'm driving around in like a World War I tank. I kept bumping into crap. Like the
Same.
controls were brutal.
Like clunky? Like slow?
Like clunky. All right, for example, I gotta go to this drawer and I want to go take stuff out of the drawer. I keep missing it. I go to I just want to inch over and it's boop. Damn, I missed it. Now the IntelliSense to hit the square goes away. So I'm playing this little game of like dodging the drawer, which I thought was really dumb, but maybe because I just suck.
I mean, I've gotten that too. I feel like the controls kind of fight you. They're not super intuitive. Just
No.
like little things. It's just like, to aim down sight, you have to be in first person. You have to hold left trigger while your gun is equipped, and you push down on the D-pad to actually aim
How
down
do
the
you
sight.
do that all in one motion?
Like it's only just little things like that. Like I feel like it would have benefited better if it had like an easier kind of, aiming mechanic. Maybe like how PUBG, where you can play in first person, but if you like double click the aim button, it automatically goes to like a first person. Something like that. I feel like that would have been better.
What I don't like is I like their L2 interaction, but it's very cumbersome with aiming and weapons. Because yesterday I was playing and I saved this guy that was being trafficked or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I blew the lock off with my gun and I was like, "Hey man!" And I wanted to interact with him, but I hit L2 and my gun was still equipped, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And he ran away, and I lost a side quest. I'm like, "Fuck, dude!"
I've done that a lot of times. I don't like how the interaction button is the same button as the aim
driving
button.
And riding of the horse is worse.
It's like I could either aim a gun at. I mean, it's all depends if you have a gun equipped. If you have one equipped, you're gonna aim your gun at them, and everyone's gonna freak out because you aimed a gun at them.
Rightfully.
Well, you shouldn't be walking around with it in your hand, right? You put it in your satchel.
Right. But I just got
even
done.
Even in the mission, you just killed some captors.
Yeah,
and
then I wanted to interact with the person, and
didn't
then
put the thing away.
He ran away, and I was like, well. Shit.
Killerlos is asking if the riding a horse is worse than the first. I don't have.
I have not played the first. I don't really know what it's like. I heard the horse mechanics for the first one were pretty stupid. Like the horse, just the way that the horse moved and interacted with things,
I think,
it was really stupid.
I don't know if someone in the chat has played it. I know.
Yeah, if anyone
maybe
else.
Maybe DC Smith has played Red Dead 1. I don't know.
If someone in the chat has played Red Dead 1,
if anybody can
speak
answer.
on the.
Because I personally don't know either.
Yeah.
But Killerlos, I found it less cumbersome to be on the horse than to just walk around cabins.
I agree with that.
Weird. I felt like the horse was more accurate.
Yeah.
You would think the horse would be clunkier because it's an animal.
Yeah, I was going around. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go between these two rocks, and I was able to do it. I couldn't even walk between a hallway.
You feel like there's some lag.
It's brutal
with your controls.
Yes.
Like when you're moving left and you take your finger off the joystick, he still takes a couple steps in that direction,
Well, because he's
like
still
that kind of stuff. And it's because he's still got the momentum, and he's supposed to be like a real person.
And he's drunk, right? I think he's drunk. He's always drinking whiskey, right?
He's not always
looks
drinking.
like he's always drinking.
No,
I mean,
he's
it
not
depends
always
if you
drinking.
drink the whiskey.
No, you have to drink it.
You have to drink.
You have to drink it.
Oh, you gotta go to.
Yeah, if you go to the bar and actually drink too much, you will
you can get
stumble
hammered,
and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's because they modeled the guy with all the stuff on him. That's why it works that way it does, because he actually has that shit on him. In the mocap, it's actually him.
Yeah.
With all the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. When they did the motion capture, they actually had somebody who was encumbered by equipment and items.
DC Smith 907 says he played the first one. And it's about the same with the horse mechanics.
Thanks for that input there.
Okay.
So I guess it's about the same.
That's not super great because it's 8 years further ahead in time. But
I guess I personally don't have a huge problem with the way the horses act and react and stuff. Sometimes they're kind of stupid. Like one time, my main horse got stuck in the camp, and I couldn't get it out. Because you're not allowed to lead horses or ride horses while it's in the camp.
No, you can't.
And so it was in the camp, and I was whistling to get it to come follow me, and it kept walking into a tent. It was trying to go that way. It's like, I'll go this way, right? And it was like, no, you dumbass, go around the tent. And I tried leading him or pulling him to come follow me, and he was just continually walking into the fucking tent like a dumbass. And I had to spend a good 10-15 minutes just kind of finagling him with my character, walking into him and getting him to go and cutting off his escape routes so he leaves the camp.
I am pretty protective.
Because he was trying to walk further into the camp, and I was like, no, you freaking dumbass.
I am pretty protective about my horse, though. Someone shot at my horse. I just got this white Arabian horse, and I was super stoked. Someone shot at it. Got off my horse, dead-eyed. Every single person was like, "Oh yeah, you're done. You're done."
You know what's surprisingly entertaining about the game? The hunting.
Hunting is fun,
Hunting
dude.
is really good in that game.
It's not realistic, right? Because deer can smell you from so far away. Before you see them, typically they can smell you.
You can actually buy things to cover your scent too.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Well, I guess this was still on the beginning part where they teach you how to use the bow and arrow, right? Yeah. I got mad close to the deer. I'm like, this doesn't happen in real life.
You're 10 feet from it, no way.
But the fact that you got to be accurate with your shot, you could one shot it at the vital if you hit a vital organ, or it could just bleed out. It'll run 300 yards
and
before
then it makes that horrible dying sound. You're like, oh god, I have to kill this thing.
That was actually fun. And then Was it Charles? He's like, let's go back. I'm like, no, I want to get some more. I ended up killing 2 more. I didn't take
Some
it
more
home.
things, yeah.
I tried the one shot a crocodile with a bow, and it turned around and was like, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to do something? And I was like, no. And then I ran away because it chased me.
It was surprisingly satisfying to
Sometimes-
just more so than like the Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah.
Like Big Buck Hunter was boring compared to the hunting at Red Dead. It was.
I think
pretty
it's
cool.
graphically it makes you a little bit more into it because it looks so good. You're like, oh, all right.
It's like graphically pleasing, you know, the whole being able to like find their trails and like hunt them down and like, you know, you see like droppings or carcasses from like predators and you can go find where they went
So,
and stuff.
do you
That's
think
really
all
cool.
this detail and all this work and all this passion and stuff aided, like, is the reason why this game made $725 million in its opening weekend?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of hype to it.
You think it's just a hype train
I
that
think
took it
there's-
forward?
Yeah.
Because
Because
then when people get it, they're like,
just being completely subjective, the 2 hours that I've got into the game versus the 45 minutes that I got into the God of War tutorial, I was more impressed with God of War. Right? Remove the hype. You just give these games both to me at face value with, you know, early on,
Yeah.
God of War had me like damn, I
Yeah.
want to play again. Like, I'm not looking forward to playing Red Dead again tonight. I might actually fire up God of War and finish that before I just want to have something to talk about in the podcast. So I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
know what Red Dead was about. But for the first 2 hours versus the first 2 hours, it's God of War for me.
I will agree with that. God of War does kind of capture you from the very beginning, and it has good momentum, like from
Yeah, it
start to
doesn't
finish.
stop.
But I feel like, you know, with Red Dead being the kind of open world sandboxy style game it is, I feel like it does kind of suffer from drops in momentum and just basic drops in interests in the game. You know,
because
it's so big and it feels empty sometimes and it feels slow sometimes. And so I do think that it will take some real getting into.
Well, I also think it's empty for a reason because it's still like it's not uncharted West, but like it's relatively unknown West land. Like,
Yeah.
So you're like, what the hell's out here? Like,
Yeah,
nothing.
There's not like a whole
Nothing
bunch
here.
of cities or anything built up yet. You know, it's still like mostly like
I think DC Smith agrees
unedited.
with you, Sig, on that.
Right on, brother.
I like the game, but I think he's right. You think he's right?
First time ever.
First one to 100.
One to 100. By the way, as I was playing this, I cannot wait for the day they come up with these masks that you hook up to your console, your PC,
So you
and
can-
it's like a smell emulator. I want to smell like the embers.
I don't know,
when
man.
they're-
Do you wanna
the-
What, you want to
like
smell like dead carcasses?
deer
and
shit
shit?
everywhere?
I don't know why I wanted to smell that. Like when the dude is cooking, I forgot what's his name, Percy, whatever. When he's cooking, like I want to smell it. I want to smell the wood burning in the campfires, and I want to smell like.
Can you
I don't
imagine
know,
you're sitting
dude,
there
I
with
just-
your console with a crazy ass
Dude,
mask on your
that'd be
face?
Look like Bane.
Your wife
man.
walks by like, what
That'd
the
be
hell are you
ridiculous.
doing?
It's not something
Your,
you do in
your
public.
horse has realistic pooping, man. You're gonna like be riding around, and then you're just gonna be like, "What the hell's that smell?" And then you're gonna see just like some
you just start
drops
throwing up.
from the
Oh,
back of your
God.
horse. Like, Jesus Christ. Maybe you can disable all the stinky smells.
I would like to see more discoverable locations. What do you mean, per se? Like, walk in this area and be like, oh, random ass cave somewhere. Like,
I think it
like,
would benefit from
elaborate a little more on that.
more villages and more towns and stuff. You
So
know?
like A to B is too spread out. Like you want
yeah,
something
like
more
like
in between A
the,
and B.
the points of interest are like, you know, the main towns that I've been to so far have been Valentine and Saint Denis, and like between Valentine and Saint Denis, there's like a barn.
And like some train tracks. That's
There's like
probably it.
there's like a farm, maybe like a post office. You know, there's not really a whole lot, and I feel like it would be cooler if there was just more of those little towns. I mean, I understand that this is like, you know, colonial America. Like these people are settling here. Like they're not fully set up with like roads and infrastructure and stuff like that. And so I get how it fits in, but I still feel like they would have added in just a little bit more, just a couple more towns, just so like the distance between like
Doesn't
you
feel
know
as
X
long.
town and Y town isn't like super boring. You know, like it'd be nice if you can walk on your way there, you pass by another town, you know, and they have, you know, bounties and quests, and you can go in a saloon and start a bar fight or whatever the hell you want to do.
We'll see. But on that note, we should move on from talking about Red Dead.
Yeah,
After like
yeah,
10
we can-
minutes.
What
honestly-
about money wise with Red Dead? Like, didn't they? Aren't they like the most biggest moneymaker? That's not GTA 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 725 million in 3 days. Yeah, that's
725 million.
second to GTA 5, which is
Second
$1 billion.
GTA 5. And this
a day or
this
two.
isn't out of games. This is out of all entertainment
Media,
ever. All
like-
media, all movies,
All
all
forms of
giant
entertainment.
blockbusters, every superhero movie, every Harry Potter movie.
It crushed this
pales
guy.
in comparison.
It crushed Infinity War by
Crushed
100
Infinity
million.
War.
Yeah, by 100 million.
Crushed it.
When actually, I was thinking about that while I was playing last night and how deep the game was. $15 for a movie ticket versus $60 for this game for how much work it takes to make this.
Yeah.
That's a bargain, man. Like,
So I'm saying
And
that
plus, you're seeing a movie for 2 hours, right? You're
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
this game for
you
100.
can play this game hundreds, you know, like easy.
I can't believe that they only charge $60 for to make something.
That's
like
the thing
this.
now.
That's ridiculous.
See, that's why people complain that a lot of games are released, you know, unfinished, or they have a lot of, you know, what seems like it should be part of the main game being sold to you as DLC. It's because the cost of making these games has gone up because it takes so much equipment and so much
And
time,
time, dude,
to
time.
like render and model and make all of these things that by the time you're done, it's worth more than a $60 price tag. But because that's what people are used to, I mean, if games just jumped to like $80,
Yeah.
like they
People
would be
would lose their
rioting in the
shit.
streets. Dude. There
People
would
would lose their
People would be
mind.
losing their freaking minds,
Bro, choose your own adventure movies. It has to be where it's gonna be at. It's gonna have to be because a lot of the money for these budgets on these Hollywood movies are going to pay these actors that it's kind of who cares anymore. Like, I want to be the star of the movie. I don't care about
Yeah,
if it's Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to be Captain Jack Sparrow. I want to make decisions. Do I spare this dude? Do I beat him up? Or do I kill him? And then if you've got different endings based on... You'll keep watching that movie over and over and over again. Dude, Hollywood movies, it's gone, man. It's because the
Video games.
production value of God of War and Red Dead is just so damn impressive. It's legit like watching a movie, but you are the character and you're making these life or death decisions. And I don't know how I wasted 5 minutes going, man, do I kill him or not? Because I'm like, how...
you have these actual moral dilemmas.
It's
in
so
games.
dumb. Like square or circle,
You actually
or triangle.
And
Like,
you're
kill
just
him or
like,
not?
it's like it's just a game, but at the same time, what is this going to affect in the long run? Like,
Because
is
it's
this
different
going-
endings. I'm
Yeah.
assuming there's gonna be different
It'd be
endings based on your.
yeah. It'd be
I'm
based on
not
all
sure
your
about
choices.
that.
Yeah. So imagine if you could have been freaking who was the Guardians? What's his name again?
Chris Pratt,
Chris Pratt. What's his character?
Star-Lord.
Star Lord.
Star Lord, and how he messed up the whole thing. And never mind. It might be a spoiler. Some people. There might have been like 3 people out of the whole world who's never seen
Dude, that
Infinity War.
freaking...
But if I could have been controlling Star Lord, that wouldn't have happened, you know. But
Wrecked everyone. But yeah, I agree. I feel like the biggest like pro with games nowadays is it's the difference between, you know, watching a movie and being able to like see a story play out, or playing a game and be able to like act the story out yourself,
Like,
like being
I
able
made
to
that
influence the story yourself.
yes,
That's why, you know, RPGs are a big thing for me because, you know, it's not so linear and you can diverge and you can make your decisions and you can form your own story.
$60 is a bargain for this.
For that kind of stuff. I mean, for the potential replayability for a lot of games, I think $60 is a pretty nice price tag.
You don't agree? You don't agree?
Some people will never
It's
agree that
it's
$60
still
is...
a lot, but I understand what you're saying. Yes.
Think about what the $60 is doing. It's not just paying for Red Dead 2. It's paying for Red Dead 3. They gotta make the next one.
We'll see.
Where are they gonna make that going? Where's that money gonna come from?
It's gonna go
From
to
us.
the next game.
$60 is a damn good deal for this.
Considering how much they actually spend to make the game, like relatively, like yeah, you know, like the late
And years of your life. Years of your life.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
hey man, how's that
amazing.
project going? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm 7 years into it. What? And you're not done? Like,
Well, I've seen the light, boys.
Yep.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Gets it.
maybe you'll start playing single player games now.
We'll see about
Well,
that.
we'll see.
We'll see about that. Yeah, no.
All
right,
so we should move on to like
move on.
non-Red Dead
Move on.
news.
We're like 20 minutes in now. Let's see.
We'll I'll go through this a little bit faster than usual.
Yeah, let's go
The
ahead.
PlayStation Classic revealed its full lineup,
Get this
so I'm going to
minutes.
run through these games pretty quickly. There's 20 games in total. This is slated for the American version of the PlayStation 1 Classic. The Japanese version actually has different games, better games in my opinion. But so basically, the American version has Battle Arena Toshinden, cool game. Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, classic. The original Grand Theft Auto, it's a top-down 16-bit game. So you guys know. Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, MGS1, Metal Gear Solid 1, very cool. Mr. Driller, Oddworld, I've not played that game. Rayman, Resident Evil, Director's Cut, cool. Embarrassing right there, sorry. Revelations Persona, that's the first Persona game. Siphon Filter, very cool. Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Original, wow. Twisted Metal, Wild Arms. So that's the American version. The Japanese version has most of these, except some changes are Arc the Lad 2, don't know that game. Armored Core, very cool.
Wow, the original one.
Gradius Gaiden, Z, I think that's Z. I'm gonna go with Z.
What?
XI.
Yeah, it's XI. I don't know if it's a word, a number. I don't
is
know.
it like
Could be Z or
Roman
6
number
or
or
X?
is it
I don't
like
know.
C? Is it what is it like 11? Like what?
I think
No.
it's Z. I think it's a word. Saga Frontier, G Darius, and Parasite Eve. So those are the PlayStation Classic games. I am a little bit disappointed in this lineup, personally. You can take some shit out of here, like, I mean, you really don't need Rayman. You don't need
Rayman's
that.
a classic.
Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby. Were these games
Twisted Metal.
Any
I like
any
Twisted
games
Metal.
that you would like to play again on this?
Only Tekken 3.
Only
but
Tekken 3. So
only
1 out of
for-
20.
Yeah.
Not great. What about
I
you?
like Tekken, Resident Evil, Tom Clancy, Twisted Metal. I haven't played the first Metal Gear Solid, so I might go play that.
But yeah, like there's
and
games.
I haven't played Final Fantasy 7, so I might play that.
There's a few games that are good, but there's definitely games I thought that would be on here.
This-
Castlevania. There's no Castlevania on here,
Whack.
which is not cool.
Whack.
Symphony of the Night should be on here. 'cause
Yeah,
that
I
came out
agree.
with PlayStation 1.
Yeah, and those are huge games for the PlayStation.
So those are the PlayStation Classic games, but I don't know if they interest any of you guys, but I'm not getting this thing. It's not worth it to me. It's $100.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
I never really had a PlayStation growing up, so it's not really hit any nostalgic feelings for me.
But on the topic of nostalgia,
the topic
did
nostalgia.
you guys see that Nintendo Direct that aired yesterday?
Yeah, we have announcements
We do
for
have a lot of announcements.
the remaining 2 characters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We have Ken Masters from Street Fighter and Incineroar from Pokemon Sun and Moon, which is the new fire starter
Yeah.
in the Pokemon. It's
Ken
like
is from Street Fighter 2 Turbo specifically, like the one they're ripping.
They're
from.
picking it from that one.
Yeah,
specific
from that
thing.
specific
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I
But
will put that
that's
one.
pretty cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Some DLCs confirmed. 5 new characters, 5 new stages, 5 new musical tracks. Very cool.
I feel like it would have been better if they had like a DBZ character or something.
Oh my god, dude! If they would have one, it has to be Goku, dude. There's no other
Vegeta.
There's no, dude. It has to be
Vegeta.
Goku.
gotta be
Goku's,
Vegeta, bro.
Goku's like
Goku's the face
the
of
picture
DBZ.
child of DBZ though.
That's true.
You know, I feel like it'd be cool if he was in there. I don't know, but yeah. So
Classic.
keep an eye out for that. Most of these characters are going to be delivered as DLC. It'll be $6 per package.
Yep.
The package comes with, I think, a character or maybe 2 characters, something
No,
like that.
it's one.
It's one
'Cause
character.
It's 5 sets, so it's one
Okay,
each.
so it's one character. It comes with I believe like some music packs. I think like a map or something like that.
I agree with you.
You know,
Division
but
Matrix.
characters is the only real thing that you really care
Yeah,
about.
I mean,
But
stages
$6
are cool. I like stages.
each though. It's a six.
It's a little
$6
steep.
for a freaking character.
It's a little steep.
and you can
$6
save
each
yourself
character.
a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Each character is $6.
So if you buy it together, though, it'll be a $25 bundle. So 6 times 5 is 30.
So you save like $5.
You save $5
So you add that $25 for these bonus characters
and stages and stuff.
and
yeah.
add it to the $60 price of the game, and
You
we're talking
can-
about $85
for
this
the
game.
whole
Yep.
game.
If you want everything.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Everything.
Let's hit that $100 mark for video games. Let's see.
We'll play any game PS1 or earlier
Let's
for a
go.
lot less than $100.
Let's see what the squeal point is for customers. $100 for a video game with all the DLCs.
I think, man.
Oh yeah. I also
Are you guys gonna get this? Are you guys gonna get this?
Which one?
Smash.
Probably, maybe.
I would have to buy a Switch for that, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's-
be looking out for a Switch console during Black Friday because if I can get a Switch console for cheap, I'll just get the game. And that'll be cheaper than buying it bundled. So that's my attitude towards that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Division. A lot of those older games, they're more or less, they just hit on that like nostalgic feeling. But once that feeling kind of fades, you're just like, why am I playing this again?
Mm-hmm.
There's like games way more modern and better that are out right now.
Yeah. But I do think it's kind of cool to look back and be like, wow, I can
Yeah,
see
you
where
know.
the inspiration from the games that I love now, or like, okay, I can tell this is where it came from.
You
Like,
should
this
you
is
should
cool.
get it and have Cade play it. He'll
Yeah.
probably talk mad shit about the games you played when you were younger. He's like, you played this? What is this? You can
He's gonna
count
be like,
the,
what?
You can count the pixels.
Why is there like 5 polygons on the screen? Like, what is going on? But yeah, so I'm gonna get Smash. I am very borderline on the DLC. I'm not sure. They did say they're gonna roll this out in a 15-month period. That's a long period, man.
That
Like,
is.
That's a long ass period.
Hopefully, you can
That's
get
one
some of
every,
these
what,
cooler
4?
characters beforehand.
One every 3 to 4 months.
I think it'd be cool to play as Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, he's in there. Every Smash character from every Smash game is in
I
here.
think is he gonna be one of those deluxe characters you have to pay for?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
For me, it would just depend on which characters are available.
I will be getting this.
Like,
game.
I don't really give a rat's ass about Incineroar.
Yeah, I don't
like-
give a fuck. Ken's cool.
I don't.
Like,
I don't need more Pokemon characters, honestly.
Yeah,
And I don't
man.
really need Ken if I have Ryu because I like Ryu better between the two.
Well, Ken's got different moves.
Yeah, I
so-
mean they have different
Is
moves.
that how to pronounce his name?
Ryu.
Yeah. You thought it was Ryu?
I've always been pronouncing it Ryu.
You're wrong.
I think
dude.
that's how
You're
like
wrong.
Americans say it, but I
It's
think
Ryu?
I think
It's
it's,
the same
pronounced
thing as, like,
Ryu.
Ryu can.
How do you
no,
say the
Ryu-
guy, the tiger with the scar? How do you say his name?
What?
Tiger uppercut. Oh, come on, guys.
I don't know.
We're
I
gonna
don't know
let
what
you
character you're
down
talking about,
here
man. I'm sorry.
in
I'm
front
not
of everybody.
I'm not a huge Street
Sagat
Fighter.
or Sagat?
Oh,
It's Sagat.
it's Sagat.
Sagat.
It is.
Sagat.
Sagat.
No, it's Sagat. Does that
Yeah.
sound threatening to
Sagat.
you? Hey, man, you want to go fight Sagat? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
go fight
man,
that guy.
Sagat.
No. Ugh.
Sagat.
Sagat. That sounds
Sagat.
way better.
I agree now. Yeah.
Sounds European. Sagat.
But yeah, I think Smash is going to do really well, obviously. It comes out the 7th of December, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
I'm going to get it. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to whip everyone's ass here in the office.
No, you're not.
Problem.
No, you're not.
So, stay tuned for that future stream.
I'm just. I really want it,
down.
man, because I love Smash
What
Bros.
are you
dude.
babbling about?
That'd be like
You're old too.
$6 for a game, and then a couple $100 for console, man. I just.
Yeah, but the Switch is a very cool console.
It's really cool. It's cool. It's a little gimmicky, but it's got cool gimmicks and
only
and
produces 720p, which is not cool.
It
That's right.
works well for what it does, but you're not gonna play.
What about you guys in the chat?
You're not really playing
Interested
anything.
in this?
You're not really playing anything next gen on that thing.
No, of course
Like-
not, dude. Are you kidding me?
Like
Next gen.
it's struggling to have.
Doom Eternal is going to come to the Switch and run at a hot 480 when it comes there. So
Fighting game. Daniel Sanax says fighting games are moving to seasons to sell DLC. What is seasons? What does that mean?
Like they sell
Seasonal
like
events.
periodically, like in certain events, like like they, maybe in the fall they'll have 2 characters available, and then start of the summer they'll have 2 more characters available, or
Okay.
something
is
like
there
that.
other games that do that? What about Overwatch? Does Overwatch do that? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
Overwatch adds like skins and stuff seasonally.
Do they just add, or do they add and take out?
They don't take anything out.
Ah, okay.
But
Oh,
what they
that's
do
good.
thing is they lock certain items so that you can only purchase them during the season. So, like, for example, there's a really cool Reinhardt skin called the Wukong skin, I think it is, and that was based off the Chinese New Year. And it looked really cool. He had like he kind of just looked like a monk or like some kind of like karate dude with like a big bladed pole arm thing. But you can only get it during that time frame. It'll be like like a couple weeks or so during that where you can purchase it.
XX.
But if you don't purchase it during that time, you can't get it until the next year.
Yeah, I see.
Same thing with the Halloween stuff. Like there's stuff you can only get at certain times and. That's
how they force people to come back to it.
That's kind of like an incentive to like, hey, you should come back in the Christmas season. We have we have a Santa Claus Mercy skin showing a bunch of tits.
People will be like, take my body.
But
that's all the news
Yeah.
for Smash, really. To
That's-
tell you guys
yeah.
that. Looking forward to it, though. Gonna be awesome.
gonna be great.
A few other things
Moving
I
on.
want to touch about. Any
Esports stuff?
any esports stuff you want to talk about?
I was thinking about saying a little bit about just the most kind of like touching on the most popular esports games right now, but I didn't really do much research on it though last
Probably
night.
not too much going on, to be
Um,
honest. Right now, anyway.
Apparently, there's always a lot of stuff going on. We actually are looking to open up a new segment.
Really?
A new segment during the week featuring some of our other boys. You might see him on here sometimes. He's got a couple different names: Deep Poodly, Sergeant Panties, whatever. So that's our boy, and him and another one of our boys are trying to set up an esports segment where they basically just talk about esports. They talk about
Because that's a whole nother genre that we
There's
just
a
don't have time to
whole
talk
bunch of
about.
stuff.
It will be a real hardcore segment,
'Cause
like
we-
talking about
Yeah,
Very specifically about
standings,
esports.
league leaders, updates on the teams.
Yeah,
what's
their,
sort of like ESPN.
their opinions on who's gonna win, who's
Yeah.
gonna not.
Drake
yeah.
just bought into some esports team. Is that true? I think I did remember.
I remember hearing about that. There's been people have been buying.
Dude,
these
that's
esports
what's gonna
teams,
give
man.
esports the fucking leg up, man.
Yeah.
Known people, really, really high end people and high notoriety people have been like,
Yeah.
I like video games. Let's do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I agree. So keep an eye out for that segment. We'll try. We're still trying to work out what's a good time we can set up consistently every week. So check that out.
100 Thieves. That's correct. That's correct.
That's the name of the team.
Should be more in
Yeah.
depth. We usually have so much stuff to talk about on this segment that if we really got into esports
It'd
meet,
be
this would be
too
like over
much.
2 hours.
Yeah, it'd be too long.
And I got work to do and stuff.
Yeah, we all got some work. So we're gonna jump
But,
right into the
moving
little
in.
bits section.
Little bits.
Talk about a little bit of smaller news stories.
Anthem gameplay. There's 13 minutes of new Anthem gameplay dropped, showing some the first mission
It looks cool.
and some crazy powers with all the different suits and all that.
Yeah, all the
all
javelin
that whatnot.
suits. It looks cool. Check it out.
Looks pretty neat. It looks really cool, and if I saw this game trailer like 4 years ago, I'll be like, oh, I want to get that now, dude. But now I'm a little wiser. I'm
EA's behind
holding my tongue because the hype train is deadly, folks. It will put you in the ground.
Yeah. EA is also behind it, so that's why I'm very hesitant.
Yeah. So we'll see where it goes. I'm worried it's going to not be as much of a RPG experience as it is just kind of like another looter shooter with some cool gimmicks, But we'll see where that goes. We'll let you know what we find out when we find it out. Let's move on to some hardware. The AMD Radeon RX 590 possible launch November 15th.
Yeah, that's
that was
pretty exciting.
you got that from Tech Radar?
Yeah, I got that from Tech Radar.
Okay.
Basically, it's a significant jump from the RX 580. This is AMD's mid-range line of graphics cards to compete with NVIDIA's mid-range line of graphics cards.
Right.
So it's probably about 15-20% faster than a 1060. So it's all right. It's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay.
How much more do you think it would cost? as opposed
It'll be
to-
cheaper.
It'll be cheaper
AMD's
than
always cheaper than Nvidia,
Nvidia.
because Nvidia is very
it's like top of the
snobby
line.
about their products.
Yeah.
But
So
hey, if you're in the market for a new mid-range graphics card, cool, go get it. Probably be
There you
around
go.
like $300, pretty good.
yep.
So go get it.
So get that.
Plus, you guys like to hear cheap deals? We should
Cheap
talk about
deals.
some free games.
Free games.
Free.
PlayStation Plus free games for November. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Actually, a really fun game. You might like that game. Bulletstorm. Look that up. And Yakuza Kiwami from Kotaku. I've never heard of that game. I'm assuming it's kind of like a GTA where you play as Yakuza. I don't know.
It's like, it's got similar aspects of GTA in it, but
Or
it's
like-
basically just like a beat 'em up.
Like
It's a beat 'em
Sleeping
up.
On- Oh wait, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, yeah. When I first saw the game, that's what I was expecting. Is like an open world kind of like.
It's just a beat 'em up. It's got a good story. It's got cool characters. For free, obviously worth it for free.
and you
Check
can
it out.
you can whoop some ass.
That comes from Kotaku helping us out there.
And Xbox games with gold for November. We got Battlefield 1 already,
Nice.
and Race the Sun.
Don't know that game.
I've
sorry.
never heard of Race the Sun, but Battlefield 1. I mean, that's a game.
That's a game. Great description.
That's a
Great
game.
description right there.
Yeah, y'all know me. When it comes to those,
FPS.
when it comes to those first-person shooters that release every year, like Call of Duty and
Are you gonna
Battlefield,
get that sick?
I don't really
Oh wait, you don't have an Xbox. Never
bat
mind.
much of an eye with that. It's just expected. Like, oh, it's gonna be decent. Is it gonna be better than decent? Probably not.
Now we're gonna talk about Fallout 76.
Fallout 76.
For a little bit, because some news has come out about the state of their beta.
The betas.
Their Break It Early test application.
Yeah. So
Or demo. Or early access.
we
is
have-
what it really is.
we have some info from people playing the betas and stuff. And
Shout out to Skill Up.
Shout out
Check
to,
out his
shout out to
videos, really
Skill
good.
Up. Yeah, he got a really good video on it. Kind of he played the beta. I didn't get the beta because it required a lot of jumping through hoops and pre-ordering the game, and I didn't want to do that. So
What do you...
it's
What's
not good news. Anybody who's holding out for some bright news for Fallout 76, keep holding out.
I would say
because
bad. I would say bad news,
I would say
actually.
it's actually pretty freaking crap.
Yeah.
Generally, the thing that I've been hearing from the Fallout 76 beta so far, and it's only 2 weeks out, so I don't foresee much changes, is that the game is boring, it's empty, and there's
when it
just
comes out.
meaningless fetch side quests, which is what I said from the beginning, that
Yes,
quests
I remember
for
you
that
saying
game
that.
are going to be bullcrap procedurally generated fetch quests with absolutely no substance whatsoever.
You've said that since the first
I've
episode.
I've
of this
said that
podcast.
since I said that before we started
Since
this
we first
podcast.
started talking about it.
Since before we started this podcast, when I first heard about Fallout 76 and I heard about how they're handling the quests, I'm like, I guaranteed it, because Fallout 4 had these bullcrap fetch quests that everyone hated. Everyone knows that Preston Garvey's a little piece of shit, and if they could, they would delete him from the game.
Sorry, I'm checking some stuff over here.
Because you come out and it's like, oh, a settlement needs your help. No, fuck off. Go kill yourself.
Kill yourself.
So it's just not looking great. If you're looking for a Fallout game with some substance, you're gonna have to keep looking. Hold out another 5 years for the next actual RPG
5
Fallout
years.
to come out. You know how
More
long
like
it
10.
takes a long time for them to come out with new Fallout games. It's usually worth it, but this I might pass up on, to be honest. Which would be the first Fallout game I passed up on since Fallout 3. I'm not too happy about it.
Did you hear about those major bugs though that's going on with them?
Besides the whole content of the game, there's been some
The little
major issues
content.
that I've been hearing of. For example, frame rates. We've been hearing some pretty crappy news about how it's running,
Especially on PC.
especially on PC. And relatively with the PC, you should be getting the best performance you possibly can. You know.
Yes, for sure.
And I know Skill Up, he has, he does that kind of stuff for rigging. He has a very high quality gaming rig, and he was struggling to pump out I think it was 20 frames.
Like he was getting low. It was
he was
low,
getting
man.
low frames. And on consoles, it's even worse. Console players were reporting getting 12 frames.
That's unbelievable.
You can start counting those frames pretty fucking soon, dude.
Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous. I think Shroud played the game a bit, and he was getting around, 80 frames, but that's with, the highest top of
He's
the
using
line.
an RTX 2080 Ti.
He's
and
using,
an i7 8700K
like,
with 32 gigs of RAM.
Like
he
he
should not
be
be
getting
that.
like more than twice that much. And so the way the game is running right now, it is not looking good. There's a lot of stuttering. There's a lot of drops in frames just randomly.
Bad optimization.
Just bad optimization.
There's
all
enemies
around.
literally in like the T pose. I don't know if you guys know that. It's like this. It's like that.
There's
That's
enemies-
like that's default
until
pose.
you get close enough till they start like loading. Like
Yeah, like
I'm
that's
on
default
screen
pose.
now.
That means the AI isn't like present in the enemy.
Yeah.
Like it's just there.
There's just like the character model until you get close enough, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm a Deathclaw. Arr.
yeah, like
It's like
there's a lot of pop in.
So fucking dumb.
It's really bad.
It's really annoying. What else we heard? I heard that the quality with the graphics and stuff is really bad.
Looks like a PS2 game.
It looks like a PS2
honest.
game is what I was hearing. That's what actually Scale Up said. And he said it looks like a PS2 game. The way that the physics works and the way that the way that just the world generally interacts. If you actually get up close to some of the stuff, it looks like absolute garbage. Just random quality of life things aren't there either. Like you can't really change the to an ultra wide screen setting.
No, there's no. The
you
UI
can't-
interface for PC is horrible.
You can't really
horrible.
You can't really customize refresh rates. Yeah, and I've heard that the port for PC controls
It's
is
trash.
ass. Like
the tab button is the back button.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. What?
like they didn't really incorporate it so you can use your mouse very much in some things. Like whenever you're in
when
like
is this game expected to? When is the official release?
The
it's like
14th of
around
November.
2 weeks, something like that.
Oh, so they're not going to be able
They're
to fix
fucked.
this stuff.
No,
Yeah,
they're not
they're
going to fix
screwed.
it. They'll probably release some patches after the game's release, but the damage will have been done by
How
now.
does a game with such a strong following like Fallout,
And
like
such a
drop the
studio
ball
like
this?
Bethesda.
Yeah. How does
We
this
got-
happen?
we have shareholders and developers and stuff that are catering to
What is popular?
my opinion is catering towards what is popular rather than what their fans actually like.
Yeah, then what
Trying
works.
to is like, oh yeah, what if we added in some multiplayer and some battle royale style and some
so they tried to
survival
do- they tried
aspects.
to add
They're
too much
trying
to
to
the game.
cater towards what's popular right now. And leave that kind of bullcrap to Call of Duty, dude. Do not mess with my Fallout game. That's not what Fallout fans want. Ever.
Where have we seen this happen with another franchise?
That takes a total left turn.
That
from what
takes
it
a
used
total
to.
left turn because of what's popular.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Black Ops 4
Yeah,
doesn't have a
Black
campaign.
Ops 4 did it.
Has a battle
Call
royale
of Duty's
instead.
always been known for
Yeah, but
like,
they might
having
actually
good campaigns.
they might actually pull it off. Like
Yeah, I mean that's because it's hard to mess up something that already has like a set.
I don't know. Maybe
formula.
if any of the people in the chat are thinking about any games that have taken a hard left,
yeah,
Yeah,
or
anyone-
a
anyone
franchise
have-
that
yeah,
completely
let us know,
destroyed.
because
anything
I
you
would
have
have
to think
trouble
of.
finding a game to come to mind.
Well,
Maybe
just
oh,
first
maybe
I feel like Mass Effect kind of.
maybe Final Fantasy because it went from turn-based to live-action combat. 15. That's kind of a pretty big departure.
Maybe, yeah. But I also heard that did pretty well.
Oh, okay.
It worked in their favor. But I feel like with like Mass Effect, maybe they kind of moved away from RPG and it kind of became like a pretty linear third-person action game.
With which one?
Well, like basically from the second one onward. Like the first one felt like it was so much more open. The first one you felt like
I
you
mean,
had much
they
more
were
freedom.
both pretty successful though. So
I mean, yeah, it was successful for
I
what
don't
it
know.
was,
I'll have
but
to think about it.
it was
We'll
kind of
have to
that
think
kind of
about it.
departure. It didn't destroy the franchise until it got to Andromeda.
So this might be the first time that it's happened.
Maybe I mean
From what I can remember, yeah, this is the first time that a game that had, I mean, a pretty hard stance. I mean, Bethesda's known for Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Those are their biggest sellers right there, and those are straight up single-player story-driven RPGs.
Right.
And they're taking out the story-driven, they're taking out the single-player, and then they're shitting on the
taking out-
RPG
yeah,
part.
They're not. Yeah, they're shitting.
You know,
on
it's
it.
just,
Okay.
it's not gonna be good, whatever it is.
Okay, on lighter news, do you guys watch the Castlevania series on
Yeah, I have watched it.
on Netflix? How
Yeah.
awesome is that? Season
really,
2
really
just
cool.
came out a couple days ago.
Season 2 just came out, and
Yeah.
Season 3 has already been greenlit. They're
It
going
has
to
been
third
greenlit
season.
by Netflix. Netflix
Yeah.
is like, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
That's a
Good
great
stuff.
series.
If you guys like Castlevania, and you like animated things or anime or something like that, check it out on Netflix, dude. It's actually really cool.
It's very, very good. Yeah.
The second season is out. Third season's on the way. And actually, if you liked it, the director for that series has been greenlit to start another series on another game adaptation. We don't know what that game is right now. Some whispers about Legend of Zelda, but those
That
are
would be
just
sick.
a straight
That
up
would be
rumor.
awesome.
I don't know. What games do you think would be really cool being adapted into like an animated like
Kind of
12
show.
episode show format? You know, what in the comments, what do you guys think would be a cool game? I personally think that Legend of Zelda would function pretty well.
That would be awesome.
As an anime.
That would be very cool.
I think it would be pretty cool. I think I would like to see.
Castlevania is such a good choice, dude.
Yeah.
It was. There's a lot of story to it. There's a whole lot of story to it.
Man,
I think that'd be pretty cool. It'd be cool if they did something like Neo or something too. There's a cool story to that.
Yes.
I
What
think
about
that'd
like
be really neat?
Street Fighter, Tekken?
They've done it,
They've-
and it
they're-
wasn't pulled
Oh,
off.
it wasn't good.
It wasn't done well. So maybe if they do it well, maybe it will be good. Because there's usually fighting games that get these animated, get these like anime or animated shows or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Street Fighter, Tekken. Honestly, I don't know if Tekken had one.
I think because players of the fighting games already, they fill in the stories.
They
into
have
the
that art
characters
style,
in their,
too,
in their
kind of.
minds.
It's already in the art style, and they already have like fully
Man,
thought
this
out
would be really
stories
good.
mostly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
let
think about
us
it.
know what you guys think. It's a cool little.
But
That's cool
we did
little
move
thing.
away from Bethesda news, but we should mention the upcoming beta times. Even
Yeah.
though we were literally shitting on Bethesda really hard right there.
So if you
But go out and check it. Check out with these times. See if you can validate what we're saying, or maybe you have a better experience.
Borderlands would be
So-
a good one.
Oh, that would be good.
That would be a good one. That's
That's
a
a
good
really
one.
good suggestion.
I like that. Yeah, if you haven't wasted your time with that beta yet,
If you haven't deleted it
if
already,
you haven't deleted it already
if
or
the
wasted
game
your
has
time
deleted
yet,
itself,
there are some more. But there are some more
it's our
beta times
responsibility to
coming
tell
out.
you so you.
So here are all the times. Let's see. November
time,
3rd,
yeah.
they have Pacific time, 2 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 to 9 p.m. We have UK time, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's
sucks.
going to be a late night one for those people. And Aussie coming in early morning, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on November 4th.
Man, that's really early.
So that's actually carrying on over to the next day, November 4th. We have Pacific time, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow, much longer. 7
So
hours
that's
this
actually a
time.
really long one. So it looks like they're getting longer this time. Eastern time, 2 to 9 p.m. So don't plan anything that day, I guess.
Just have an entire day.
Let's see. We got UK time. We got 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Gonna be another long one for the UK folk. And in Australia, we got 5 a.m. to 12
Ugh,
p.m.
that's
Man,
shitty, man.
Australia's getting the shit out of the stick with these betas. They're just
That's
like,
really shitty.
hey, get up early in the morning to play this game. I mean, people are gonna do it, but like, it's still kind of annoying. So yeah, there are those beta times. You can go and try it out, play it. Let us know what you thought of it. If you did play it, let you know if you think we're being too critical, or if you actually
Unfair.
enjoyed it, or you think that it was as ass as people think it is. Let's see.
Moving on to Sony.
Moving on to
actually.
Sony. Yeah, we'll move on to this stuff. We've spent too much time talking about Bethesda.
Shitting on Bethesda.
Keep an eye out, but just real quick though, there has been a known bug where in Fallout 76, all of your save files and your actual game files itself will just inexplicably be deleted. So just keep
Watch
an
out
eye
for
out for
that.
that with the beta.
Yeah.
That's like 50 gigs and
Gone.
however many hours of gameplay you're just gonna lose randomly. So keep an eye out for that. Just another con to that game, honestly. Sony has announced a PS4 Pro 2 terabyte standard edition, but only to be released in Japan so far.
So far.
It's to be launched November 21st, I think. It's actually going to cost the same as a normal PS4 Pro with the
strange.
1 terabyte as $400, which is strange. They're giving you a whole extra terabyte for the same price, which is nice. But as of now, you can only get it in
I
Japan.
think this is
So
very.
we'll see.
This points very heavily to the PS5 coming out in 2020.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make the Pro the standard now.
They're trying to get
They're trying to make the Pro the standard
trying to
to
grab-
make the PS5 be like,
Yeah.
hey,
It's like they're
Get ready
Yeah.
for the PS5. It's coming 2020 holiday. I'm saying it right here, holiday 2020. It's happening.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to grab as much cash as they can right now.
It's
like,
a smart move, I think.
Oh, here's
I
the
think
Pro Edition. Here's the Pro X Edition. You know, here's all these other like
I think this
slightly
is a-
upgraded.
Why do you say
That's
2020 and not 2019?
It's too soon.
Yeah, it's
I-
too soon.
if
They would
they're-
probably give it a year.
Bro, they're doubling
if they're,
the data.
If they're dropping shit
storage.
like that, they probably give it a year.
Do you think it's gonna be 2019 and not 2020?
When I read this, they doubled the data from 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte. I thought that it would be 2020, but this feels like it's fast tracked. It might be.
We'll see.
2019.
Maybe I still think it's gonna be 2020 because the game releases that are coming out next year, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and Death Stranding, I think they're gonna be the sunsetting of the PS4 and the rise of the PS5. I think those are gonna be the cross-generational titles that end the PS4 and start the PS5.
Yeah.
I see.
So that's what I think is
at
gonna
the very
happen.
least. I think we might hear some more news next year.
Yeah, I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it at E3 next year. Like, hey, it exists, and then we'll see a lot more of it
Yeah.
on E3 2020.
What's up, Big PP Man 6969? Thanks for coming in. You make my PP big.
Perfect.
I'm glad that I do.
Flattering.
You're welcome, I guess. Anyways,
Rumor mill.
moving on. We got the rumor mill, ladies and gentlemen.
Usually the more exciting part.
Usually
because
they see
rumors are fun.
to speculate on what might be happening in the video game world. EA's new Star Wars by Respawn Entertainment game, titled Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, may release May 2019. This is alleged, of course. This is the rumor mill.
This comes from Screen Rant.
This comes from Scream Rant. That's where we got this information. We'll see where that goes. I have been hearing tales of a high-quality, big-budget Star Wars game.
Single player.
That isn't the ass Battlefield games. At least in my opinion, I didn't like the Battlefront games. I didn't. It just didn't really jive with me
I've
anymore.
also heard this is a single player focused game.
And which is cool. Single player.
We'll see.
For me, the Star Wars games that had well thought out single player, experiences were the ones that I enjoyed the most. Like Knights of the Old Republic,
So good.
and the Force Unleashed. Like I really liked those ones, and because they were story driven and they were single player, I really liked those. So hopefully, this is a legit rumor. Going on further, actually, with Respawn Entertainment, they're going to be busy, it seems like.
Very, very busy.
They are working on Titanfall 3, in addition to a VR and Star Wars game. What do you mean by, is it a VR Star Wars game? Or
No,
is
no,
it a
no,
VR,
it's a
game
VR game.
and a Star Wars game?
It's a VR game for Oculus, and then the Star Wars game is the one we mentioned.
Okay, gotcha. So, actually, apparently 3 fairly large projects coming with Respawn. We got Titanfall 3, this unknown VR project, and this Star Wars project that was aforementioned.
Titanfall 3 interests you guys at all?
Yeah, honestly, Titanfall 1 was pretty dope. I really enjoyed it. It was cool. It was a nice, refreshing change to the first-person shooter thing. Yeah, it was kind of gimmicky. Yeah, there was no story. But apparently Titanfall 2 improved on all of the things that people didn't like about Titanfall 1, which is what you want to do as a developer, is improve on the things that people shit on. And I haven't played it yet. I have it. I have downloaded, but I just have so many other games to play right now that I haven't gotten into Titanfall 2.
True.
But I do plan on playing it. And apparently the story is actually really good, which is cool. I mean, we've been getting we've been getting less multiplayer or less story and more multiplayer with games nowadays because that's kind of what sells.
Because of SIG.
Yeah, because of people like you.
Sorry.
Because of your kind.
You're kind.
But so Titanfall 3 potentially could be
Hopefully it's gonna be
even
cool.
better than Titanfall 2.
What about you, SIG? Does that interest you at all, Titanfall?
You probably like those games.
I don't know anything about Titanfall. I haven't played either of the first two, so
Yeah,
I think you would like it.
should get
I think you would
Titanfall,
like it.
especially since you like first-person
The
shooters.
first one's only multiplayer, so
and
there
you
you
like
go.
multiplayer.
okay.
It's
and
cheap.
you get a robot. You get a giant robot. You can call in out of the sky and you can get into it and fuck people up. Giant
Cool.
Robot. So
Cool.
it's all good. It's all fun games.
Yeah.
Let's wind it down. It's
almost
getting
that
to
time.
lunchtime.
Almost
Let's
time
get
for
to
lunch.
the philosophical discussion.
Philosophical question.
So basically the
of
question
day.
I
What
want
do
to
got
pose to you
for us?
guys, And to the chat here, does a video game have to be good to be fun? Does it have to be...
No, the other way. Does it have to
fun.
be fun to be good?
I messed up my own
Fun
question.
to be
I messed
good.
up my own question.
Corner.
Put my hat like this so you guys can't see me.
Does
But,
a video game have to be fun to be good?
What do you think about that?
That's
I'm gonna say
Yeah, you go first. You go first.
Yeah,
No.
You lead discussion.
No.
I'm a
it
little-
does not have to be fun to be good.
What makes a game good then?
I'll pose it to you in this kind of example.
Okay.
So, I played The Witcher 3, and
Okay.
I did not like it. I'm probably gonna get assassinated
You're wrong,
later today.
but okay.
But I can tell that this is a quality product. This is a good product. I am not having fun with it and don't enjoy it, but other people might. So I think games can pursue that angle. Like I can tell this is a good product.
Okay.
And a lot of work went into this.
see where you're coming
but
from.
I don't like it.
I see what you're saying.
can
Yeah,
drive with that.
I had a similar experience with GTA 5. GTA 5, being the super popular, crazy, huge game that it is. Everyone still, to this day, 5 or 6 years later, people are still just going crazy about how much they love GTA 5.
Right.
And I just take it or leave it. I was like, you
Right.
know what? It's GTA 5. I mean, it's just another GTA with a little bit more features, and it's GTA. It was never something I I loved, even though GTA 5 was a hugely popular game with a big budget and all that stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that front, because I didn't like it that much, but everyone else in the world did.
What about you, Sig?
I think the word fun and the word good are both subjective. Good is not an objective.
Who actually like Dark Souls? Yeah, this guy
Like
and
me.
this guy. Yeah.
I love Dark Souls, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The purpose, we play games to be entertained, just like Division Matrix
Right.
says. And if
He's
we're not
right.
being entertained,
Or this
it's
person
not
is
good.
right.
Just because it's not good to you doesn't mean that it's not good to anybody else. So, I think it has to be fun to be good. It's okay to say something is not good because to you it's not good. That's okay.
Yeah.
We don't all have to agree that it's good.
Yeah, I
True.
agree with that. I don't like most popular music nowadays. And
So to you it's not
it's
good.
popular.
Yeah.
But it's not good
Just
to me.
There you go.
So it's just not something I like.
But there are things I think where you're hitting on are things that could be, you could see how it's impressive, like the amount of
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, be like,
Like, you
someone
can-
really
you can
put their time into
appreciate
this.
you
it.
can
like-
appreciate,
Yeah.
I can appreciate
That's
how
true.
how much thought and planning
Yeah.
and effort was put into this
I
game.
think it works with TV too as well, because
Yeah.
with like Netflix, like some of the original shows like Netflix and Amazon have, like The Man in the High Castle I'm watching right now, I'd be like, oh, I'm really interested in this, but someone else I know who's watching is like, oh, this doesn't interest me, but this production value is high. Like I can tell this is a high valued show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
I can see that. By the way, season 2 for that show was not as good as the first one.
Oh, really? That makes me sad.
For what show?
Yeah.
The Man in the High Castle. It's
Man in
really
the
cool.
High
It's like a
Castle.
I
World War
binge
II.
watched it.
It's a World War
I remember
II
that one.
alternative take. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool.
I just now started watching Game of Thrones after however many years.
About time.
And that one does live up the hype for me. It does. For me, it does live up to the hype. I just watched the end of season 3 and I was like, oh, what the hell just happened, dude? Everyone's dying.
But yeah. So that's my take on that question.
That's a,
Yeah,
that's a good.
I
That's
think
a good.
that is kind
Hopefully,
of
you guys in the chat
that is kind of a brain buster there.
think about that.
You know,
for a
when
while.
you read the question, it kind of seems very surface, but
and you're just like, wait, of course, duh.
It's like, of
Like-
course, games have to be fun to be good, but like, wait, what do you mean by fun? What do you mean by good?
I mean,
The question expands so much when you have to bring definitions in.
I'm not trying to fight Webster over here with the dictionary definition, but
Right. But yeah, I think I think for a game to be good, it doesn't necessarily need to have like a high budget or come from a big reputable studio.
I agree with that.
I think it's more or less, will it hit on the points that gamers like to see, and will it be delivered well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if the game executes well in what it does, it's a good game. Like,
Yeah.
if it does what it has to do well.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy
Flappy Bird.
That's true. Yeah, Flappy Bird was hugely successful.
It was one dude, and
it was
it's
just-
supposed to be a drunken bird, and it feels like you're playing with a drunken bird.
Okay, that's
It's
a good game. That's
and it's
because
fun,
it-
and it's
it's thing
responsive.
ever.
The gameplay is great. Like it's in. I don't even know how to do that. Like it's like floppy, but intentionally. Like it's done right.
Like
Not floppy
man, can
like
you-
Red Dead. Like
can you just,
floppy.
like,
floppy.
It is intentional.
It is intentional.
He's weighted down, man.
it's like, can you?
Yeah,
just,
he's slow, but leave him alone.
Can you just change the code to make it more floppy? Like, what? Like, how do I do that?
Yeah, Rockstar needs to hire that
A
dude.
game that doesn't make you fall asleep is good. Well, don't play games at 2:30 in the morning, Rambo. Jeez.
Yeah, what do you have to do? Like, hang out with your family and stuff?
Yeah, we hang
God.
with your kid or something. Put your daughter to bed earlier. Got her being awake at 12:30 at night, man. Come on.
Perfect. It's noon.
And it
All
is
right,
time.
it is that
to wrap
time.
up.
We were getting into our
Lunchtime.
circle anyways with that discussion point. You all know how it is. Leave us a like. Leave us
follow,
a follow,
subscribe, all
a
that stuff.
subscribe. Go search us up on
Keep
the
out
Googles.
for future videos and streams. We'll be playing Red Dead all weekend.
Yes, sir. I've been streaming Red Dead a little bit here and there. I'm going to get back into it with Chapter Trace this weekend. So keep an eye out for that and stay classy.
Stay classy.
Stay classy. All right, here time for our.
Here, let's walk over.
It's time for our trademark ending of our podcast.
Thanks to everyone for watching and commenting in the chat. We're always going to be doing this every Friday at 11.
Every Friday. Like I said, keep an eye out for the esports edition. Gonna be coming soon.
And thanks for stopping by.
I guess that's it. Is it over?
It is now, I think.